5 seductive gestures most men simply can't resist. Forget about talking, pick-up lines, or your texting skills. Body language is the hidden star of the dating world. It's the silent language that speaks louder than anything you say. Body language isn't about the actual actions themselves, it's about how those actions are perceived, explains Chris Ulrich, senior instructor at the Body Language Institute. In short, it doesn't matter how much you like someone if your signals are off. He simply won't catch what you're putting out. So, if you want to know how to send the right signals and make him notice you, keep watching. 1. Eye contact. Your eyes reveal more about your feelings than words ever could. They are, without question, your most powerful weapon in the art of attraction. A psychologist once gathered dozens of men and women who had never met before and asked them to look into each other's eyes for 2 whole minutes without speaking. You might be wondering what happened next. The majority of participants reported feeling a strong attraction to their partners later on. Remarkably, one of those couples ended up getting married. This just shows how powerful eye contact can be. When you're talking to a man you like, it's natural to feel nervous and glance around the room, but resisting that instinct and keeping your gaze on him while smiling can have an incredible effect. Match your expression to the conversation. If he's joking, raise an eyebrow playfully or give him a little wink. You can convey humor, disbelief, interest, or curiosity just through your eyes. There are countless ways to express yourself with them, so don't be afraid to experiment and notice what draws a reaction from him. 2. Touch. Physical touch is vital in building attraction. Science tells us that when people touch in a personal, slightly intimate way, their heart rates increase. You might not want to go overboard on a first date, but on the second, touch is your secret weapon. Simple gestures like gently brushing the area between his mid-arm and wrist a few times every 15 minutes can spark subtle chemistry. You don't need a strict schedule, just do what feels natural for you. The key is to be relaxed and confident, because that's what makes touch feel exciting rather than forced. 3. Smile. You've probably heard this tip before, but there's a lot more to it than simply showing a happy face. A smile isn't just a curve on your lips, it's a signal that you are approachable, confident, and genuinely enjoying the moment. Men are naturally drawn to women who radiate warmth through their expressions. Practice smiling while listening to him or while saying something playful or teasing. A smile can be soft, mysterious, mischievous, or bright. It all depends on the mood you want to convey. Experiment with slight variations and notice how he responds. A well-timed, sincere smile can instantly make a man feel more connected to you. 4. Lean in. Body orientation is one of the most overlooked aspects of attraction. When you lean slightly towards someone during a conversation, it signals interest and attentiveness. People naturally mirror each other, so when you lean in subtly, he may lean toward you without even realizing it. This closeness builds a sense of intimacy and shows that you're fully engaged in what he's saying. On the other hand, leaning back or crossing your arms can unintentionally create distance. To attract a man without saying a word, make sure your posture shows that you want to be close to him. 5. Mirror his movements. Mirroring is a psychological trick that makes people feel more comfortable and in sync with you. It's not about copying everything he does exactly, but subtly matching his gestures, tone, or pace. If he leans forward while telling a story, lean forward slightly too. If he laughs and touches his face, you can do the same in a natural, understated way. This mirroring builds unconscious rapport and makes him feel like you're on the same wavelength, which is extremely seductive. The key is subtlety. It has to feel organic, not forced. When done correctly, it makes him feel drawn to you without him even understanding why. These 5 gestures aren't about being manipulative or pretending to be someone you're not. They're about using natural body language to communicate confidence, warmth, and interest. The right gestures, delivered in a relaxed and genuine way, make men notice you and feel attracted on a deeper level. Eye contact, touch, touch, smiles, leaning in, and mirroring aren't just tips. They're tools to show your presence, your energy, and your allure. Mastering them doesn't require magic or special tricks, just awareness and practice. Remember, attraction isn't just about looks or what you say. Men are wired to respond to subtle cues, to the unspoken language of gestures and expressions. When you use these techniques naturally, you increase your chances of building a connection that feels effortless and magnetic. It's not about playing games. It's about showing the best version of yourself through your body. Start small. Try maintaining gentle eye contact during conversations. Smile when something he says genuinely amuses you, and lightly touch his arm at the right moment. Lean in when he's sharing something meaningful, and mirror his energy to create an unconscious bond. Over time, these subtle actions accumulate, and the chemistry between you becomes undeniable. A man may not consciously register each gesture, but he will feel it. He will feel drawn to you, intrigued by your presence, and wanting to be closer. The truth is, seduction doesn't require elaborate plans, scripted lines, or hours of preparation. It's in the small, consistent gestures that show him you are confident, engaged, and comfortable in your own skin. Use your eyes, your smile, your touch, your posture, and your mirrored movements to communicate interest and warmth. When you do this with authenticity, men can't help but notice you. Body language is more than a tool. It's a way to amplify your personality, highlight your charm, and create subtle yet powerful attraction. Every glance, every gentle touch, every smile, every lean in, and every mirrored movement sends a message that words often can't. By practicing these gestures, you can dramatically enhance your dating life, make men feel closer to you, and create unforgettable chemistry. At the end of the day, the secret isn't about manipulation, it's about self-awareness and presence. Be conscious of how you carry yourself, how you express interest, and how you respond to him physically and emotionally. When you combine all 5 gestures naturally, you're not just sending signals, you're creating an experience that men will remember and be drawn to over and over. So don't underestimate the power of body language. Forget about trying to impress with words alone. Focus on connecting through your presence, your gestures, and your energy. This is how attraction is built, quietly and irresistibly. Start practicing these 5 seductive gestures and watch how men can't resist the pull you naturally create. Imagine meeting someone who instantly catches your attention. When you shake his hand, hear his name, and greet him, make sure your smile reaches your eyes. A genuine grin sends a signal that this smile is meant just for him. There are countless ways to make this effect even stronger, like using eye expressions or subtle glances, especially if you're learning how to attract a man. The key is to ensure that nervousness doesn't steal your smile. Keep it bright, warm, and unmistakably directed at him. Body language is another powerful tool that can silently communicate confidence and attraction. If you've ever wondered how some women seem to captivate a man without saying much, it's often their posture, gestures, and presence that do the work. On a date, or even during casual conversation, pay attention to the way you hold yourself. If your arms are crossed or your body is turned away, he might not even realize you're interested. But if you lean in slightly, rest an arm on the table, or position your hand on your hip naturally, it sends the message that you're open and approachable. These small shifts in stance can completely change how he perceives you, giving him the sense that you're confident and engaged. Never underestimate the charm of your hair. Long, flowing, well-kept hair is incredibly appealing to most men. A simple flip or brush can catch his attention in a subtle, almost magnetic way. It's not about being flashy, it's about showing that you take care of yourself and that you know how to present yourself in a feminine, enticing way. Even casual gestures like tucking your hair behind your ear or lightly tossing it can make him notice and want to get closer. Your hair becomes a natural part of the silent language of attraction, adding to your allure without you needing to say a word. Placement in social settings can also influence how you're perceived. Imagine you're at a bar with friends. If you stay on the edge of the group, you're less likely to draw attention. Instead, find ways to position yourself near the center in a relaxed, confident way. This doesn't mean pushing your way to the spotlight aggressively, but subtly aligning yourself where you naturally become part of the focus. This technique of framing yourself makes you appear more approachable and noticeable without appearing desperate for attention. Men are often drawn to women who appear comfortable, confident, and present in their surroundings, and standing in the middle of a social circle subtly signals all of that. It's also important to consider the small expressions that convey your personality and mood. The way you smile, laugh, or react to something he says can leave a lasting impression. Even a soft glance, a raised eyebrow, or a playful smirk can communicate interest and intrigue. Practice these small gestures in front of a mirror if it helps, but keep them natural. Men are drawn to authenticity as much as they are to beauty. By combining these facial expressions with your body language and posture, you create a powerful package of attraction that goes beyond words. Another often overlooked factor is the way you carry yourself when interacting in a group. Confidence doesn't just show in one-on-one encounters, it shows in how you move through space, how you engage with others, and how comfortable you are being seen. If you're shy or hesitant, it can diminish the effect of your charm. But when you show self-assurance in subtle ways, holding eye contact, speaking clearly, and moving with purpose, you project an aura that is difficult for men to ignore. Confidence combined with a touch of mystery can be magnetic. Even minor gestures, like adjusting your clothing or accessories casually, can communicate attention to detail and self-respect. Men may not consciously register it, but these small signals reinforce the impression of someone who takes pride in herself and her appearance. The key is to make it look effortless. Overthinking or exaggerating movements can have the opposite effect. The goal is to create a seamless blend of elegance, warmth, and approachability that makes him feel naturally drawn to you. Finally, don't forget that attraction isn't about perfection, it's about presence and intention. The way you express yourself, the subtle signals you send, and the confidence you radiate all combine to make a powerful impression. Every smile, glance, hair flip, and posture adjustment contributes to a silent conversation between you and him. By mastering these subtle forms of communication, you create an aura that is both captivating and irresistible. Without having to say a single word, our eyes are naturally drawn to the center of any scene. That's just how humans are wired. It's like our brains automatically look for a point of focus, a place to rest, something that catches our attention. Some people know how to use this to their advantage, to make themselves more noticeable, to make their presence felt without even saying a word. And when it comes to attracting a man, this little fact can be surprisingly powerful. There are so many ways to make someone notice you, to make them feel drawn to you, to spark that little pull in their mind that keeps them thinking about you long after you've left the room. Some of the ideas I'm going to talk about might feel a little outside your comfort zone at first, and that's okay. It's normal to feel that way when you're trying something new or different, especially when it comes to matters of attraction. But remember, you should always feel at ease with what you're doing. If something feels forced, skip it. There's no point in doing something that doesn't feel right for you. Being comfortable in your own skin is, without a doubt, one of the most attractive qualities a woman can have. The thing is, no amount of tips, tricks, or techniques will work if you're not being yourself. Authenticity is magnetic. When a man senses that you are genuine, that you are confident in who you are, it creates a pull he can't resist. On the other hand, if you try too hard to be someone you're not, it becomes obvious. Men are surprisingly perceptive when it comes to authenticity. They can sense when something feels fake or rehearsed, and instead of being attracted, they're turned off. So the first rule, the most important rule, is to always remain true to yourself. Your natural charm, your real personality, your quirks. These are the things that make you irresistible. You don't need to change yourself to make someone like you. In fact, trying to be someone else will almost always backfire. At the same time, learning a few strategies to highlight your best qualities can help. It's not about changing who you are, it's about enhancing the things that already make you special. For example, the way you carry yourself, the way you smile, the way you make eye contact. All of these small details communicate confidence and warmth without needing to say a single word. Simple things like maintaining good posture, moving with grace, and keeping your expressions open and inviting can make a huge difference. And yes, sometimes it takes a little practice, but it's worth it because these little shifts can dramatically increase how magnetic you appear to others. Some of the tips I mentioned may feel a bit daring or bold, and again, that's normal. Stepping outside your comfort zone is often where growth happens, but there's a big difference between pushing yourself just enough to grow and forcing yourself into something that feels completely unnatural. Always listen to yourself and only do what feels right for you. Attraction isn't about pressure or stress, it's about fun, confidence, and genuine connection. When you're relaxed and confident, it shows, and that's when the magic happens. I also want to emphasize this. The subtle details matter more than you might think. The way you look at someone, the way you speak, the energy you give off. These are the things that linger in a man's mind. It's not always about grand gestures or big displays. Often it's the little, almost invisible things that create the strongest impression. A gentle smile, a warm laugh, a curious tilt of the head, or even a soft touch on the arm. These things communicate interest and confidence far more effectively than words alone. The small things create emotional resonance, and emotional resonance is the key to attraction. When a man feels a connection on that level, he becomes intrigued, curious, and invested. Now, if you're serious about making your man crazy about you, there's an extra step you can take. It's not magic, and it's not about tricks. It's about understanding the way human psychology works and using it in a way that enhances your natural charm. There's a professional guide I recommend, which you can find in the first link in this video's description under recommended solutions. This guide is based on strong psychological principles and can help you understand the subtle dynamics of attraction. Even if a man wasn't initially interested, these strategies can shift his perspective, increase his attention toward you, and make him more drawn to your energy. It's not about manipulation, it's about highlighting the things that make you irresistible in a way that feels natural and true to who you are. At the end of the day, attraction is not just about looks, it's about presence, confidence, authenticity, and emotional connection. A woman who knows herself, who carries herself with poise, and who embraces her natural charm is one that no man can ignore. So take the time to practice, to experiment, and to understand what works best for you. Step outside your comfort zone just enough to grow, but always remain grounded in who you are. Your confidence, your warmth, and your authenticity are your true power. So remember, our eyes are naturally pulled to the center of a scene, and that's a fact you can use to your advantage. Be yourself, enhance your best qualities, focus on small but powerful details, and understand the psychology of attraction. Combine these elements and you will notice a shift, not just in how a man perceives you, but in how you feel about yourself. Confidence is contagious. When you feel good, you radiate energy that makes people want to be around you, want to know more about you, and want to invest in the connection you offer. That's all for today from Brady Facts. If you're serious about taking your understanding of attraction to the next level and learning exactly how to make your man feel drawn to you in ways he can't ignore, make sure to check out the first link in the video description under recommended solutions. It's a professional, well-structured psychology guide that teaches you step by step how to win him over, even if he wasn't initially showing much interest. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, being your genuine, confident self is the most attractive thing you can ever do. One more thing that's important to remember is that attraction grows over time. It's not always instant, and it doesn't have to be. Sometimes the strongest connections build slowly through small moments, shared laughs, and quiet understanding. When you allow things to unfold naturally instead of rushing the process, you create space for real desire to develop. A man becomes more invested when he feels relaxed around you, when he feels accepted, and when he senses that you are confident enough to let things happen at their own pace. That calm, patient energy makes you stand out because it feels rare and refreshing in a world where everyone is in a hurry. Also, never forget that the way you see yourself shapes the way others see you. When you believe in your own worth, it shows in your posture, your voice, and your presence. You don't need to chase attention or prove anything. The right energy naturally draws people in. Focus on becoming the best version of yourself, not just for a man, but for your own happiness and peace. When you do that, attraction becomes effortless. People, especially men, are drawn to women who are comfortable with who they are and proud of the life they are building.